what I want to talk about today is how ego drives our behavior and how our present moment awareness can actually change things and actually improve our behavior if we're looking for self-improvement, or if we want to, change the way we live our lives, or just, find more success or whatever. That's how we're going to find it, is actually driving the ego through our present awareness instead of letting the ego program just keep running on and doing what it does. So basically, like, the ego is just like a computer. It's a program. It does what you tell it to do. But what happens is, what we tell it to do is like our history, our memories, our traumas, our old feelings, how our parents raised us. We have all these things that initially program our ego, and then we just allow that program to keep running. And what happens is that can actually lead us in the wrong direction, because life can change, circumstances can change. If we want a better life or do something different, that can be in the way. Yes, we do feel like we're in control all the time, but honestly, most of the time we're running on autopilot. The thoughts you think aren't even controlled by your mind. A lot of it is the ego actually just producing those thoughts. And if you actually take some time to think about your thoughts and listen to them, you'll find that most of your thoughts are either of the past or the future. You're either planning or reminiscing. And that's what's taking us away from that present moment. And that's what brings me back to the focus of this video, is actually talking about moving into that present moment awareness, listening to our thoughts, listening to the environment, feeling all of our senses, and getting away from that just stuck in our head, listening to our thoughts and then just doing what our thoughts tell us to do. We just really jump on that most of the time. But I think what we need to do is listen to our thought. If it says, hey, do this or do that, say, hey, wait a minute, do I really want to do that? We really have to take that audit and take that time to dig into these things with ourselves and see where our behavior is being driven by our past and things like that. It takes a little time to dig into it. No, you don't have to go overthinking it, go overboard and start micromanaging every single decision you make. That's not what I'm trying to get with this video. But what I'm trying to do is just encourage you to see where that programming is and then start to shift that programming. Because then you actually can move into concentrating on making your own thoughts and creating your own thoughts in the moment, and instead of just letting that train run. Nobody taught you to think. Before there was language, there was probably not thought. So there was a lot more awareness. People were a lot more tapped into their senses and things like that. And the advantage of moving from ego into present awareness is that we can actually have a better life. We can make better decisions. We can have more peace. Because what happens a lot of times, we can get a dopamine burst from having a lot of thoughts. And we'll actually get addicted to that. And then we'll get stuck in just thinking, and then we're never doing. And that's what we need to do, is move from thinking into action. And what that's going to do is that's going to reprogram the ego and the subconscious to start putting new output out. So it will start thinking new thoughts and different thoughts. That's actually happened to me in this last 5 years. My life was driven by my ego and my behavior and my impulses and all these things. And I just found that I wasn't changing. Life wasn't getting better. It was getting worse, actually. So when COVID hit, I sold everything I owned and I hit the road. I got in my car. And now that's led me here. I'm not where I want to be, but I'm starting to move a lot forward from it now, because I've let go of the trauma from the past. I've let go of those impulsive behaviors, and I've just learned to just relax and to just allow the moment to unfold as it should. But here I am now, my life is so much better. I'm in San Diego. I just got out of the beach and was swimming in the water, and it was awesome. That's exactly what I wanted to do with my day. But I didn't just spend the rest of my day doing nothing. I'm making this video now to hopefully encourage you and give you a little bit of influence as far as digging into listening to those thoughts and start creating new thoughts and feeling your awareness and feeling your senses and just spending some time with them. And you'll find as you get down into your body, you're getting out of your head, and it gives you a lot more control over yourself. And that's what we really want, is we want that complete authority over ourselves at all times. The ability to go from 0 to 100 and back down to 0, anywhere we need to be, anytime we need to be there. So I hope you found this content helpful. Please like, subscribe, comment. Thank you.